The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation.
The Foundation with Hart Grant is brought to you by Alive, Burger King, Commonwealth Bank, Da Vinci Printing Innovators, Doctors Hospital, Epic Battery, Nassau Cruise Port, Pinder Towel, Printmasters, Ross Electric Motors, the Water and Sewage Corporation, and Wendy's.
The Foundation. The Foundation. Foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation, live and in full effect on this beautiful Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. Grateful to be in your company. Always happy to kind of jam with you and kind of have an open discourse and good dialogue to talk about where we are in the nation. I don't know how you've taken it over the course of this year and the introduction thereof. After we've done with that sort of forgiveness series, there's sort of an idea of being able to deal with some of the anger management issues that we have to, and looking from an introspective standpoint. And then we transition into this position that we need to be able to right size our community. We got to be able to rectify some things that are sitting in this kind of in a space where there's non-productivity for a long time. And I think we've done our best to try to be able to be good stewards and good citizens. And so we see incompetence and we grant it grace, right? Let's just be decent. We see incompetence and we grant grace. Well, just give them some time, man. It's only been 35 years they've been in this job. We're still a young country. Yeah, come on, stop it. And so we render grace where there should be discipline, where there should be action taken. And we're content with that. So I want to be able to have conversations with you. I'm grateful to be able to be in your company today. I got to be able to jam with you and tell you exactly what's what. So I don't know how you've taken that. But this is going to be the course going through to the next general election. I think it's time for us to be able to, with a jolt, with a shake and a jolt, to wake up. It's time to do that. Got to shout out my good, decent people over at AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. They got everything laid out for you. Big sure you go and check them out if you're in that kind of a space and you need insurance for your vehicle, you need insurance for your car at the beginning of the month, and you're riding around dirty. Every bend and curb and whatnot has a police officer sitting there waiting for you. Amen? I just want to be very clear with you. Get your car insured and then move towards getting it licensed, and you don't have to be on the road dirty. After that, we'll have conversations about the fact that your tires are bald and your brakes don't work. We can talk about those things. But right now, to get on the road and get yourself from one point to another the way that you need to, you got to get your car insured. Check them out, 3411-AFS, 3411-AFS. They're located number 407 Blue Hill Road South. They got everything taken care of for you. I got to be able to shout those good, decent people out in that kind of an area. I got to shout out my good guy, man. I think we're going to see him tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly whether or not he's going to be doing that, whether or not he set something up. But I got to shout out my good guy. He's been advocating and pushing for a while as it relates to the MST bar, and being able to talk about those things. That's Avery Lightbourne talking to us about the fiber reinforcement polymers and being able to do those things. You got to be able to check it out. This is Morton Construction. He's got everything available for you as it relates to being able to talk about conservation and preservation as you go forward to make those things happen. So I want to be able to say to him, congratulations, keep pushing, my brother. We're here to be able to talk about your stuff. I'm grateful for that. Give him a call, 822-9527, 822-9527, or hit him up, 603-4506, 4506 in those areas. That's you can be able to do that. So tomorrow is Small Business Thursday. I know you guys want to be able to talk about that. We're getting closer to Valentine's Day. Don't call me 2 days before Valentine's Day trying to figure out why your flowers spoil in the cooler. I just want to be very clear with you, okay? You saw that putting that on 6 people in your WhatsApp group and nobody resending it or reposting it. You put it on your Facebook page with your 7 friends on that, and you think that this is going to make sure that your business is covered. I don't know how you think. I'm not going to fight you as it relates to your thought pattern. But if you want to sell your daffodils and your baby's breath, that's what it is, right? And your lilies and your roses and your carnations or whatever else you sell, you've got to give me a call. This is just straight up, right? I got to shout out my good girl, Sharon. She has some beautiful stuff. I stopped by her this morning. She says, Howard, can you do something with this and talk about some stuff? She has beautiful stuff on Jerome Avenue. We're going to be talking about it a little bit more tomorrow. So you want to be able to go down there and get yourself taken care of, right? Listen, this is no time to joke. She asked me, what you want for your wife? I said, well, I wasn't even considering. Yeah, because flowers isn't my thing. But now that you have access to those things and you think about this kind of a gesture, you want to be able to do that. So I want to be able to let you guys know that Sharon got some great stuff going on, man. She's on Jerome Avenue, Sharon Rowe. Her business is called Shashash. Shashash? Is that how you pronounce it? Sharon, don't kill me. Right? We're going to be able to talk about that and dive deeper into those things tomorrow. Hopefully she could be able to give us a little call and tell us exactly where they are with those particular things. So that's that. And just being able to talk about that, let you know that we are in lover's time. If you sell teddy bear, if you sell these things, you want to be able to do that in advance. You want to get yourself in that kind of position and do it in advance. You can give her a call at 393-6836, 393-6836, or give her a call at 434-6877. That's 434-6877. Located right there on Jerome Avenue. You can be able to see her right after you go across the light, right there at the intersection, you go across the light. On the side of that blue and white plaza, you're going to be able to see her business right there. She has everything laid out for you. So you want to be able to go down there and check her out in preparation for Valentine's Day. And so it's a very important thing. Also, guys, I want to be able to let you know that Kalik Bear in the Bahamas is inviting you to join us at the New Village Pub and the Grove Holiday Tropics Lounge, Palm Tree Delight, Primetime Lounge, and the Pawn for the big game. Buy a bucket of Kalik and get 2 free shots of Jose Cuervo all game day. All game day. And so you're going to be able to do that. Kalik reminds you to drink responsibly, buddy. It's important that you be able to do that. And Kalik, the Bear of the Bahamas, invites you to a Victory Fest in 2025. Join us Saturday, March 1st at Smuggler's Square for the epic celebration of the 2024 Boxing Day and 2025 New Year's Day Junkanoo winners, the Saxons Superstars. The Junkanoo season may be over, but the celebration is just getting started. Enjoy music by Playhouse DJs, Lil Giant and DJ Tank, and performing live for Sean and D Mac. Let's celebrate the 4 straight Junkanoo winners, Saxons Superstar. This is going to be on March 1st. This is exciting stuff. Guys, make sure you pick up the Guardian newspaper. All the information's in there. Make sure you do that. See exactly what you see Wayne Monroe in the papers today. It says, no loss on the Royal Bahamas Police Force insurance. His minister rejects the claim that the government owes $100 million for health insurance. I listened to a clip this morning. He started to talk about the fact that this is a group insurance, so some can't get and others get. If you ain't get, nobody get, because this is a group insurance. So I definitely know about those particular things. Check that out. Traffic deaths and suicide rates in 2024. The government has failed Bahamian women over marital rape. This is what the Human Rights Group actually says. They dive into those particular things. And you see Joseph Darville in the paper being able to talk about that. And FTX creditors to receive reimbursements by February 18th. You see that, guys? Pick up your Guardian newspaper, dive deeper into those stories and see exactly what's what. In the studio with me today, February 5th, 2025, is my very good friend. Last week he could make it. His foot was short. This week he is here with us, live and in full effect, to talk a little bit of politics, midweek politics, here on this panel discussion as we open up the lines today. My good friend Garth Roseborough. Garth, say good afternoon to the people out there.
Good afternoon, Howard Grant. Good afternoon, all our listening audience. I don't know why Howard is teasing me today about a short foot. I think we're in the short foot season. We had a short foot PLP, a short foot F&M, short foot COI, short foot everybody. So why can't I be short foot? Valley Boys were short foot.
Even
Come on, man.
Significant
One
percentage,
family short foot.
Significant percentage of the Bahamian people were short foot for the local
Yeah,
election.
so why you got to bring that up on
and
me?
short foot for the general
Yeah, so
election.
why you bring that up?
I just say you wasn't here. I'm not gonna fight you.
But I did call.
You did call.
The MPs have no answer the phone. At least I answered mine.
My God. You put it on them quickly this morning.
Yes. I am.
So talk to me. What's happening with you?
Man, listen here. I think I listened to the show. I think it was a great show the last time. What I enjoy about the foundation is the whole idea of truth. People continue to say, oh, Howard is anti-PLP one day, then you're anti-F&M another day, then you don't talk about
I
third party another
anti-stupidity.
day.
I can be honest with you. I anti-foolishness. I don't have time to talk garbage.
So we got the Guardian paper in front of us. You see the news. A lot of you don't read the news, but we encourage you to pick up your Guardian paper to form your own opinions and just become informed, right? We come on the show to discuss what's in front of us, and we want to have a sensible conversation. The key word here is sensible. So when you get caught up in your emotions and your antics and your loyalty factors, that is not welcomed here because why? It's your opinion, and you can't be upset if we have ours. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but many times when things happen, like for instance, you come in with promises that you're going to perform, and you did not perform, what would you have us to say? When you take over the leadership of a national party and you did not perform, what do you expect for us to say? When you have a third party that has reached its threshold and can't go any further, what would you have us to say? Are you just simply wanting us to lean on a side because that is your favorite side? It doesn't work that way. We are here because at the foundation, if you don't have a sure foundation, you have no building at all. Talk to me, Howard Grant.
It's heavy what you're saying. As I look at this, we're talking about these things. I think we pushed the envelope over the past few weeks, more specifically towards leadership. We've identified and dissected leadership. I think a lot of persons, and this is, I said, you and I had this kind of a conversation to talk about what leadership should look like from a constituency first approach. I keep trying to push people in that direction. I keep trying to open people's mind that decisions shouldn't be made by merely looking at one man or whether or not he is doing what should be done. And I got to say he because we haven't had a woman prime minister in the country as yet. But the country has made decisions, whether or not they're going with the F&M or the PLP, based upon the leadership at the time at the helm of that political organization. And I don't think it's right. I think you do a disservice to your community by being able to skip over the real issues that exist in your community and looking at national issues and make a determination that I don't want anything to do with the PLP. That's bananas to me. This is bananas to me. I'm sorry, and you and I started to have this kind of a conversation about the fact that if I was vying, and this is why I say it to you, no one could take Minnis serious at this point, as it relates to the potential of starting his own organization. No one can take him serious, right? I'm not. Well, Howard Grant, I can't take him serious. I can't. The importance of being able to identify a candidate first and foremost, and have that candidate being able to touch persons in a constituency, then ratify this particular candidate and get the support of the political organization, is for that candidate to be able to canvass the ground. They need to know what's happening in the constituencies. Talk to me, Garth. They need to know the intimate workings of that constituency. They need to know where the SWOT, they got to do their SWOT analysis. They got to find their strengths in the constituency. They got to find who don't support them, which is their weaknesses. They got to find the opportunities where the people may not be, they undecided, right? And they got to find their threats where they're going to have real issues and pushback in this constituency. They got to work the constituency. These people don't know nothing but the constituency. How are you going to wait until 6 weeks before the election to identify candidates and you expect me to be able to come and vote for you? That is crazy. You don't know my constituency?
We as a people have been crazy for the longest while, Howard.
Garth.
We continue to allow this type of behavior. And I'm saying to the Bahamian people, at this particular juncture, you got to just wake up. You just got to wake up. Howard Grant, the world is moving so quickly. I had something for you, you know. I listen to the show all the time and we talk about the whole idea of AI and moving forward and the world moving forward in leaps and bounds, right? And I figure you're a very wise man, Howard, so I got to put this to you early. Do you recall the days of the Ouija board?
Ouija board still exists.
It still exists.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how it worked, right? But I know I was just petrified at the whole idea of the Ouija board. I never wanted one. I never wanted to be near one, but I understood that the Ouija board could talk back to you, right? And then they had these little games like Charlie, and so forth, and we heard about.
And Bloody Mary too.
Oh, Jesus. So, talking to
The Ouija board don't talk back to you, by the way.
what does it do?
You have to put your hands on it and give yourself over to this entity, this spirit, whatever it is. And then you ask a question, and based upon how it moves you to those particular answers on the board and spells some stuff out.
So basically, it's still talking to you.
Well,
It's communicating,
yeah,
right?
it's communication.
So I'd say, man, this AI thing, when you're talking to the AI, talking back to you, you have all these different options. It's not like a new Ouija board. It's not a new type of
I don't know. A lot of
Bloody
people.
Mary.
A lot of people.
I just had to just stick you with that early
lot of
because
people-
I said Howard Grant. We're moving. See what I'm saying? We're moving age so quickly, Howard Grant, that we're looking at yesterday's voodoo, yesterday's old bear, and now there's this new stuff on the block, and the world is just moving, and the Bahamas are still talking about potholes and wires across the road and no electricity in Eleuthera and no. I mean, what the hell? What's going on? I mean, we might as well go to the richer end and ask the question to fix this country because these people who have no clue.
Well, the Richard Endor got free reign right now. Because the king didn't say, don't go, we can behead you if you go to the witch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're gonna like that, Howard Grant.
You know what
I
I'm
know you're
saying?
gonna like that.
You can do what you got to do. Right? But I hear what you're saying. I see.
I mean, we can't go to the politicians, so who we can go to?
No, I'm a little bit disappointed in the fact that, just to draw a reference of what you're saying, that there is so much progressive moves that are happening from a global standpoint. We're watching Trump. I watch Trump almost every night. I am thoroughly entertained and informed by Trump. Mm-hmm. I am thoroughly entertained by him. I don't know why. All right.
People are loving him all of a sudden.
I listen to Trump and I am because he has taken a posture that he doesn't even care. Like he's just saying what he has to say
and doing what he has to do.
and doing what he has to do. And however you feel about it, to hell with you. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Now the courts are gonna have to stop me. You're gonna have to come up and sign petitions and do whatever to stop me. But we're going forward with this kind of a posture.
Is that a Hubert Ingram type of antic? He's not that strong.
Hubert Ingram.
I mean, our own Trump. Do we have a Trump-like
No.
prime minister in the past?
It'll be perceived as that. But if you really start to be able to do the math and identify what benefited the country during the time of a Hubert Ingram's era and his strength thereof, a lot of this didn't necessarily benefit the Bahamian people internally. Mm-hmm. We were, as a result of the domino effect, we benefited in the long run from some of the issues and the transformations that happened in our country. Mm-hmm. But this wasn't designed for the Bahamian people.
And you do believe Trump will actually be able to be successful?
Trump, on the other hand, is designing this strategically and specifically for the American people. The potential trade wars and the tariff wars that's going to be able to ensue these things are going to create a space where people understand that the 350-some million Americans that live in the United States of America are 100% consumers. They have been conditioned to consume.
Like us.
Yeah, right? They've been conditioned to consume. So they consume from Canada, they consume from China. They consume from Mexico, they consume from Europe. They consume. They're consumers, right? Despite the fact that there ain't even half a billion people, they are major consumers. And as a result of the tariffs that are happening, they're going to have to make decisions. Some of their companies within well, you can't say China because China is a $1 billion economy.
All the offshore companies.
$1 billion population, billion people population or more. But if you look at some of the companies that exist, let's say in Canada and let's say in Mexico, they're going to have to make a determination as to whether or not they're going to transpose their businesses inside America and start to produce, whether it be cars, whether it be, I don't think clothes would be more expensive, but whether it be a medicine, whether it be technology, whatever it is, they're going to have to now put their factory in America to avoid the tariffs, which again creates jobs for Americans.
So do you see the difference? We can't do that.
No, we don't have that kind of a leverage.
Your sovereignty, your independence doesn't allow you to do that. And this is why I keep saying to these people, especially the third party, you do not understand global politics. You don't own anything. As a matter of fact, if we talk, and I got this from a physician friend of mine from Texas. He's a Bahamian, but he's working abroad as a traveling physician. And I'll give his first name is Paul. And he calls you up and says, Garth, have you ever played with the word master? I said, what are you referring to? He says, well, remove the word government and put the word master and see what type of conversation you would have. I said, I got to tell Howard that one. Because now it's master fix the potholes, master fix the light, master fix, master we need an increase, master we need a pay increase, we need a higher minimum wage, master,
This
master,
is what
master.
you're saying, because the truth of the matter is that they've manipulated in this kind of an era that we live in and the introduction of what is politically correct. It's politically correct to say government.
Yes.
But we've been conditioned to expect what they do to be in the posture of a master.
My God.
It's politically
My
correct
God.
to call them government.
Yes.
You understand?
Master, I need a job. Master, my family.
But we have rendered
Need social
our
assistance.
autonomy and strength as individuals
Yes.
to them as though they are master.
And they are the masters of us.
But they don't even have vision.
The master doesn't have a vision. There's
Master-
he's
He
too
should.
comfortable.
He should. And that's our fault.
And this is what we've been trying to tell the main people all this time, Howard Grant. You here on the foundation, and I heard you say once or twice, I know you didn't want to say it, but you said it. You said, man, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired.
I'm sick and tired of this.
Y'all are not understanding, y'all are not learning. Do y'all truly comprehend the strengths that you have and what you can actually accomplish? But y'all keep on going back to your vomit.
I'm sick and tired of this. There's no two ways about this. I'm not tired of the dialogue between myself and the Bahamian people. I'm not tired of being able to deliver this message. I'm tired of the message that I have to talk about, the information that I have to talk about. We talk about topical issues that are in the dailies, on a day-to-day basis, and we regurgitate the exact same thing. And what makes it hard is that for the years that you've been doing it, and for how much you've ingested, the last administration is doing the same thing that this current administration is doing, and the one prior to that.
Yes.
That we have no change in this country, and there's no vision in this country, but there's an expectation that everyone shuts up and just makes a decision to choose the FNM or the PLP. And we put nothing on them. We have no expectations from them other than the fact that the only prerequisite for you to be able to get in a position is to have a pulse. That's it. You just have to have a pulse. Some of you all don't even have to have a brain. You just have to have a pulse. And once your heart beating
My God.
and blood flowing through you, you could come to the Bahamian people, present yourself, and there is an expectation automatically that some of us have to automatically gravitate towards you. I have to scrutinize you, sir. Excuse me, you out here as a man, you say you only like red woman. As a man, as an individual, you get to make a choice of what you want. You choose, I only want red woman, I only want dark woman, I want tall woman, I want small woman, I like the big set. You get to make these kind of decisions on a day-to-day basis, but when it comes to politics, you make no decision. You are relegated to doing what your forefathers have done that has done nothing for this country.
But
Their time has come and gone.
they want you to be satisfied, Howard.
Satisfied with what?
I was here with you.
God, they ain't giving us nothing.
As a matter of fact, you know, I was home when I participated on your last show. And I got wind of messages that was sent about me that this man trying to mash up the FNM, this man is a clown, this man is a whole number of things. But no one is admitting, Howard Grant, that you've fallen short. What you throwing it back at me for? I'm identifying your weakness. I'm identifying what is not desired by you. I'm trying to inform you that you need to pull up your drawers, pull up your socks, put your shoes on, and get ready to run. And you're still saying to me, I'm the clown? Listen to me.
When we come back, Garth, I want to have this conversation with you. I want to talk about the fact that the time is gone.
It's gone.
Okay? That if the PLP calls an early election right now, they could walk into victory hands down.
Let's fight it. And
I'm gonna talk about
I heard
that.
Anton say he called in today to fight us. So
No,
tell him, bring it. Don't
see-
sing it, bring it.
See, I'm watching this layout
Yes.
And there's no respect for the constituency.
None.
There's no respect,
No respect for the people.
There's no respect for the people of the Bahamas.
That's correct.
All you're doing is just playing politics, and you rejecting the fact that your voters need something in their constituency.
We sick and tired of
You
it.
playing with me? I don't want nobody to play with me.
No, we sick and tired.
I don't want nobody to play with me. Let's take a quick commercial break, guys, and get right back after this.
The foundation.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This is it! The big game is almost here, and the best place to watch it is at Nassau Cruise Port. Join us on Sunday, February the 9th for an unforgettable game day watch party. Huge screens, unbeatable food, and drink specials, and all the game day energy you can handle. Grab your friends, bring your game face, and score big with giveaways, drink discounts, and a chance to win exclusive prizes. Don't miss out on the action. Game day, Nassau Cruise Port, Sunday, February 9th, where every touchdown feels like a win. See you there.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert Battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Fall in love with your water service this February with the Water and Sewage Corporation Sweet Savings Campaign. Pay your bill in full on or before the due date. Complete the entry form, and we'll sweeten the deal with a 5% discount on your next bill. That's right, save some sweet cash just by keeping your account current. It's simple, it's easy, and it's our way of saying thank you for being a valued customer. Don't miss out. Offer runs from February 1st to the 28th. Show your water service some love and enjoy the savings that come with it. Visit our website at wsc.com.bs today to learn more. Pay in full, save more. It's that simple with Sweet Savings. The Water and Sewage Corporation, refreshing your life with sweet savings this Valentine's Day.
Foundation. Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation. This is it. And this is the conversation that we're going to have today. I am tired. I'm exhausted by being able to go back and forth with men and women that have no vision for the future, that are merely disrespectful to their constituents. And the only thing that they do is put their political organization at the forefront and carry that on their shoulders without honesty and being able to provide them with a sense of transparency of what the true expectations can be if you afford them an opportunity in their constituency. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. But I can tell you, despite the fact that I'm tired, there is a rhythm. And we're looking at this. We're looking at all these particular things. We were listening to the head for the Parliamentary Registration Department and start to talk about local government and the posture for local government and how those particular things is, I think it's like 79 persons out of the 219 people showed up.
I enjoyed that conversation,
right?
By the way. 79
persons out of the 219 persons showed up. And so for the majority of it, I think 140 persons walked right back in uncontested. Mm-hmm. 140 persons walked right back in local government uncontested in the jurisdictions throughout the Family Islands.
Is that a reflection of what's to come? Or
that's an absolute reflection to what the expectations can be moving forward. The reason why you saw significant voter turnout, right, and I say significant in comparison to the year before or the election before in West Grand Bahama for the by-election is because the PLP, their entire cabinet went down. But you and I were sitting on the show, And right after, when I go on the break, a cabinet minister would call me from one of my cousin's house. Hey, how are they here with your cousin? Hey, how are they? Just to show connection that they know someone in Nassau who is from this particular constituency. And if they made calls to me, they've made calls all over the country just to be able to show that there is a significant connection. The voter count increased in West Grand Bahama, and you still didn't have 90% voter turnout. You still didn't have 85% voter turnout. You still did, in comparison for the amount of persons who ran in to get their voter's card to say that they could vote, you still didn't have the kind of turnout that you would have. And so that was an indication for me. Something's going on here.
Well, Howard Grant, let's just be honest. And I don't think the Free National Movement at this time wants to be honest. They have a great opportunity before them. They can make great achievements at this time, but they are just simply falling short. I'll say why. With a year or more to go until the next election, or could be sooner, either which way you want to call it, we do not see a mass magnetism towards the Free National Movement. I'm not hearing anything on the street that says, I am sold by the F&M. I do believe, and I'm going to say this very firmly today, since you, as I agree, there's no left. The people are simply saying that this particular leadership team is not going to suffice. They don't have the confidence in this leadership team to even lead this nation internationally or nationally. They have not yet proven themselves. I have been here advocating for a stronger show of leadership in a consistent fashion. I was very impressed with the convention. I think we were honest with that. We were there. Very impressed. Oh, I was very, very impressed. I saw some strengths coming forth. Yeah, you throw the stick out the window. Howard invited me downtown right after that happened, and I told y'all that may last 2 weeks. How long did it last, Howard? 4 days.
4 days.
4 days. By the Tuesday, we was talking about the Valley Boys and how they're splitting and the upcoming John Canoe election. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm being honest. These people cannot appreciate honesty. You call yourself Christian, a Christian nation, and you don't like honesty? You don't like truth? I have not seen a consistent strength. I keep telling you, and I'm not being biased here, I saw more strengths in our friend Glennis Hannah Martin in opposition with 4 PLPs against a whole cadre of FNMs in their term that I'm seeing now in the Free National Movement. This whole idea of schism and division, you've been saying this, oh, we're going to heal, oh, we're going to get stronger, oh, we're unstoppable. How the hell are you going to be unstoppable if you have not even started yet? This is what I don't understand. How does that work? Because I don't see where you're going. I don't see a direction. I don't see an agenda. See, Alan, I know you're listening. You want to talk about your digitalization and your data and this and the rest of that. This ain't no TV show, boss. This ain't no performance. This ain't no playwright. This is the real Bahamas right now, what is going through a whole hell of problems right now. And we need answers. We need someone who we can look to as a hero, someone who can be the solution for our issues. That is what the Bahamas is now looking for. We tired of talking about old problems, man. Light, water, pothole. Jesus, where's the future Bahamas that we can look forward to? It is not attractive at all when we look at what the Bahamas is experiencing and what tomorrow looks like. Between now and the next year, I don't see where we're going to find this hope from. I really don't. I think things are going to simply, like you said, be with the PLP and probably remain the same.
Yeah, but this is why I had the series, Garth. The series is that you can't expect. Okay, so if it isn't the traditional hope, the traditional strength that we've seen, right? And what Trump did was brought back traditional strength, but he fortified his traditional strength with the very first people in the first row. All those were tech people that sat behind him during his inauguration. Not his cabinet. The people in the first row were all tech people.
And he wasn't playing. He had a vision. He had an idea.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
Yes.
He came in. He knows with clarity that he is a traditionalist. Yes. And he has traditional values.
Yes.
He can't shake that. But he recognizes that for the country to move forward, because he flip-flopped on Bitcoin.
He did.
He flip-flopped on Bitcoin. He rejected this concept of Bitcoin entirely and said that he believes that the American dollar should be the global trade,
mark,
the global mark, right?
Yes.
And he wanted to be able to ensure that the American dollar stays strong and that the world identifies this as the value, the money that has significant value. and then he shifted his position as he got closer to the presidential election. He shifted his position and indicated that, hey, listen, I haven't made any investments on the stock trades for a while. I haven't seen anything, but I would look at Bitcoin. I'd look at these progressive coins. That means that he's being educated to understand that the country is changing.
And he knows how to attract.
But he's done his part in terms of being able to bring tradition to the forefront.
Yes.
Right? Doja, right, which is headed now, I believe, by Elon Musk, right, is being able to gut the entire American system. They're getting rid of people who don't want to work. They obviously will incorporate technology to be able to put those persons in there. They've put this a big letter out to a tremendous amount of the civil servants in America saying, if you don't want to come to work, that's okay. You could stay home. We will pay you for 8 months because we feel that you're incompetent anyhow. We will pay you for 8 months till you get yourself together. After that is it. You don't even have to come back to work. All you have to do is reply to this email and say resign. Just put resign and they can set you straight. Over 20,000 people have done that already. They expected almost 200 and some thousand people to do it.
Yeah.
Only 10% of their expectations have actually been
fighting
realized.
For equal rights and this male and female gender, this and that. Yeah, all of them gone.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that there has to be a very clear path. Trump simultaneously will go drill, baby, drill, but he is including Elon Musk, who is a representation of a futuristic push. I'm saying to you, if you look locally, there is only a push for tradition. Yeah, when you start to call names for various persons and saying, "Who have you seen strength here? Have you seen?" That's traditional strength, which is a facade. No one cares if you could scream and shout and yell.
That's correct.
Nobody cares about how good you could row. People want to know that you're getting something done. And that's, if we can get deep with this, because that's one of the issues that people are having now with some of the unions. All you good for is rowing. You can't get nothing done for me. You can't get nothing done. We looking for things to get done.
But you want to see the joke, eh? You use the word include. I like that word include. When you talk about inclusivity, it's pulling in strengths to make you even stronger, right? And we've seen in the FNM, we've had the leaders of the BDM, the leaders of the DNA. We've seen the union leader who's also in there, who wants to run for Fox Hill. All these are part of your classes that you're having. But yet we still have not had any strength coming from your entity. We've not felt it. So why are they there? I mean, like I said, just a year or so to go and no strength at all. Whoever you're including isn't exemplifying any strength at all. I mean, what is really going on?
I can get fight today for this.
Fight. Let's fight.
I can get fight today for this.
I want fight.
The Progressive Liberal Party can win the next general election. Now, I hate how they're using, since the inception of 2021, their inception of, since they came into government from 2021, even prior to doing that, they have identified media persons. They have identified activists.
Yes.
They've identified influential persons.
Yes.
Throughout the country
they have done that.
Commandeered them. They pulled them into
They included them, yes.
They included them into the PLP.
Yes.
Okay? Persons, even from a political standpoint, who were just almost like Canaanites and just vagabonds out here in the political wasteland.
All the Edomites,
right?
everybody could come in.
Right. So they pull them all in.
Yes, sir. Babylonians, everybody coming in.
So they put them all in.
The Medes, the Persians.
And so for a long time, for at least 2.5 years to 3 years almost, there has been no real disruption against the PLP.
No opposition.
No opposition. Their agenda can be executed according to whatever.
To travel wherever they want to go and do whatever they want to do and don't have no repercussion. Yes,
okay.
I agree.
So as a result of that, as a result of doing those particular things, this is a part of their strategy. You remember I said this is the talk that was the conversation we had.
It must be working.
I said the PLP has a strategy, the FNM has a strategy. The only people that don't have a strategy and a direction to be able to take, we don't know what we're going to do, is the Bahamian people.
So now let me ask you a question now. Change it now. Have you seen the strategy of the FNM? Is there a clear strategy?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Hubert Ingram tell you what the strategy is.
What, to put a weak leader against his friend?
No. He told you it was a very quick clip that he laughed And he said that the PLP is going to
mess up.
That's it.
But they're not messing up enough.
Hold on. That is the length and breadth of what I've identified to be the strategy in the Free National Movement.
But that can't be a strategy.
I'm trying to tell you right now.
It can't wait.
If Papa say just wait and don't do nothing, just wait, they wait.
Papa is a partner with the Prime Minister.
You keep saying that, but I don't think that you should say that.
Why I shouldn't say that?
No, you can't say
friends.
that. He has already denounced the idea, and so for you to say that this is what it is, that's going contrary to what the position that he's taking.
So who made Hubert Alexander Ingram the Pope of honesty and truth? He's a politician. You say what you got to say and do what you got to do. That's what Donald Trump does. That's what Barack Obama does. That's what Kamala Harris did. This is what politicians do. They do what they have to do, Howard Grant. I'm not going to take any word from a politician. I won't even take a word from the preacher. Not friggin' God. I ain't taking a word from y'all. Y'all men. I ain't putting no trust in y'all. Y'all can tell me whatever y'all want to tell me. You ain't fooling God.
Now.
You ain't fooling me. You promised me all kinds of things before, and I ain't never get nothing yet. So I must trust you now? No, sir. No, sir. That don't work like that, boss.
God.
Yes, sir.
This is
I just being honest with you, boss.
This is a love.
The preacher telling you you're getting a harp, a mansion in the crowd, but he got two sweethearts. Who he talking to?
Now, let's just be clear.
I just talking straight.
Let's pull it back.
I can't put my trust in no man.
I accept what you said.
Thank you very much.
Okay, but let's pull it back to what we said. Now, as a result of what we've seen, the F&M strategy is to
listen to Papa.
To wait it out, to watch the PLP crumble. The PLP strategy initially was to be able to identify the strength that exists that has been rejected or had no faith and pull them into the fold. They gave them a home.
Okay.
A lot of people. So the PLP gave them a home. That was phase one of their strategy. They never took into account the interim of the fight that they would have, not against the F&M, but against the corruption of their organization that came back to the forefront.
I listen.
It came back to the forefront.
I'm listening.
The PLP now is in a fight for their life against these allegations of corruption. And they now have to have this kind of a waltz, this intricate dance between their friendships, their brotherhood, and their sustainability to be able to move towards the next general election and win.
Okay.
This is a waltz. You have to know when to step and how to step.
And who would be the entity then that could remove them based on the corruptive practices or the alleged corruptive practices? Only the people. And if the people don't, who else can move them?
No.
Who else can vote them out?
What's being levied against the PLP is not levied against the PLP by the people of this country. It's levied against the PLP by international entities.
Yes, but who can vote them out?
The people.
The international entity cannot vote them out.
If you are convinced. So let's get back to it.
That's what I tried to say.
Now let's get back to it.
That's exactly what I just told you.
If you are waiting for more information to come down, like our caller said the other day, if the indictment, like the texter said, if the indictments come down and all these particular things happen, then the PLP crumbles. If that's what you're waiting on, you're going to have a long time to wait.
This is what I'm saying.
You're going to have a long time to wait.
This is what I'm saying.
Because even that is a waltz. Because the diplomacy that exists in these particular spaces won't allow the two countries to be able to interfere in the sovereignty of governance.
Thank you. Thank you. Now you're talking my language.
So the PLP is doing everything to ward off these negative attacks from an external entity to keep everything in place and to keep their relationships locally.
And they're not worried about the F&M at all.
They're not worried about the F&M.
That's what I try to tell you.
They're not worried about the
They're
F&M.
only worried about the international entity and keeping things together. That's it. They ain't got no other fight.
Now, listen, we got to talk about this when we come back, guys. I got to take this quick commercial break. I can take this break, get to news, and when we get back, we can talk more about these things because I want to talk about the fact that in the event that the PLP finds themselves calling a quick election and the F&M has to scrap. When I say scrap, I mean they have to pull some people together very quickly.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a manifesto. We haven't seen people in these various constituencies walking around. There are allegations. I think one or two constituencies have someone been tapped on the shoulder to be able to start to walk the constituency. But for the most part, they don't have their full 39 out.
And guess what? The longer they take, Howard, it's the more money they got to find.
Yeah, because now you got to convince people not with your conviction and your work. You got to convince them with your money.
That's it.
It's
That's
too
it
much.
right there. It's too much. And if you ain't got no money now, my God help you.
You ain't gonna have it then. You ain't gonna have it.
Are you trying to talk the truth?
Anyway, quick break, guys. Let's get to the news. We can drop a couple of these things, and we're gonna be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
You're a builder. You want to give your client the best material at the best prices, and you need to put food on the table. Well, check out these prices at Pinder Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply starting at $36.68, includes VAT. By the way, all these prices include VAT. Great Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50, 30 pounds, $19.80. Owens Corning Duration Shingles and Certainty Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon Roof Cement, $33.47. When it comes to screwing and nailing, Pinder got you covered. He got every nail and screw you could possibly need.
On Saturday, February 22nd, 2025 at 7 p.m., the Bahamar Convention Center will set the stage for an unforgettable celebration of 25 years of giving back and supporting healthcare education in the Bahamas. Experience a night of excitement with exquisite fine dining, captivating live entertainment, and an inspiring atmosphere as we come together to celebrate and shape a brighter, healthier future. Tickets are available now. Reserve your spot today by emailing dhfoundation@doctorshosp.com or calling 242-302-4640. Sponsorship opportunities are also available to show your support for this important cause. The Doctors Hospital Meyer Rassin Foundation. 25 years of transforming healthcare and building a legacy. Don't miss this special celebration.
Are you craving that fresh, famous food, but don't want to break the bank? Wendy's has got you covered. You can now enjoy the $5 Dave's deal at all participating Wendy's locations. Enjoy a Dave's single, a classic, or spicy chicken sandwich made with fresh ingredients for just $5. So don't compromise on flavor just because you're on a budget. Wendy's always offers fresh, famous food at a great price. Certain conditions apply.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company, the foundation, live and in full effect, just being able to do our best to have an honest and open dialogue. And I think we prerequisite, like I would say to you, I know I can get fight for this. I know I can get fight for this. And I'm content with it because I don't know whether or not there were any lies told. Let's just be very clear about it. Was there any lies told?
Absolutely none.
I'm here with Garth Roseborough, best being able to talk about these things. We're dissecting it, identifying these things, and just talking about the significant disdain that political organizations have for actual constituents. We're not talking about those fanatics that confine or that are defined under the umbrella of your political organization. We're talking about the community as a whole. Mm-hmm. We're talking about your commitment to the community and being able to identify a candidate and put a candidate in the constituency that he or she can walk up and down and identify the issues and speak to those issues with strength. It ain't make no sense that you ain't never show up in the constituency and then when you stand in the House of Assembly after you win, on behalf of the good people of my constituent, you stop lying. You haven't spoken to us. You don't know none of us. We don't know you, miss. Mister, we don't know y'all. This is that interim. This is that avenue that you get to know your constituents. And that's why I say reject these ideas of people who just trying to be able to show themselves egotistical and being able to put their ego in the forefront of everything as opposed to being able to really see whether or not we can deal with some things in the constituency. I just want to be decent and honest when I say this.
Howard, before you go to the lines, the truth possibly, and this may be a possibility, if we were to really truly analyze the royal opposition at this time, I had a word with Branville McCartney recently in the past, and he was telling us about the DNA and the struggles of the DNA when they first got started and financial obligations and all that he had to go through. As a matter of fact, I had a 1-hour conversation with him a few nights ago when I arrived home, and I'm seeing a similar situation here. There has to be possibly a financial crisis in the Free National Movement as to why they have not yet emerged. I know the Bahamian people will require you.
That's close. That's not impossible, but that is improbable.
Tell us why.
Guys, I'm going to open the lines. Let's talk, but let me just fix this for Garth.
Please.
The only way that could happen is if there is a desire that they want to be able to ensure that certain people are in place before they release their finances. The Free National Movement's base, this foundation of the organization, has elements of the UBP in it. Its base. Whether or not they're pronounced, whether or not they come to the forefront, there is a connection, whether subtle or pronounced, of the UBP.
Let's give them that establishment. Let's say that is an established fact.
As a result of that, there is a perpetual and relentless desire to retain power in this country.
I give you that.
Even if I can't show my face, I have to retain power in this country.
Get a check mark for that.
Get a check mark.
Okay, go ahead.
These are the people who have significant connections locally in this country and internationally. These are people who bring in big money into this country.
Check mark.
If you want to be able to use it in this kind of a way,
yes,
this is old money.
Check mark.
Okay. They still have connections to the organization.
Check mark.
They will always support the organization.
Check mark.
However, if they are not comfortable with leadership,
check mark,
they may not necessarily funnel the money right away.
So all what you just said just now, I said what?
This is not the first time we've seen this.
But I said you what? There's a financial issue.
We've also seen this with Hubert Alexander Minnis.
Okay.
Okay? That the finances weren't coming directly to the party, not free-flowing to the party right away.
Check mark.
Okay, so he had to do some things and identify some relationships, and I don't know whether or not he used some of his own resources, but he had to do some things to get some things done. If you remember when him and Loretta
reverse. His what?
His own resources.
His own. So you got to have some resource of your own.
Okay, now watch me.
No, but he had some resource of his own.
You remember when him and Loretta had an issue and they wanted to go to the second convention to be able to rectify some stuff, and he said, "I'll put up half the money." Loretta put up half the money.
They both had resources. Yes,
they had resources.
So where's the resources now? You see, you got all around the mulberry bush to get at what I'm really trying to say. Where's the resources?
No, what I'm saying to you that the only issue could be is if there is this sort of an idea, because power is the issue that we're talking about.
But you still need
power is the issue that we're talking about.
The connection and the resources is not there. So therefore, it's a financial issue. The money ain't reached yet. I mean, I'm just supposing, I'm alleging, whatever you want to say. But the evidence tells me that because I haven't seen any advertisements, any radio pronouncements or announcements.
No, the FNM does that. The FNM does that.
Sufficiently?
Well, I can't. Who are we to say what's sufficient or what's insufficient?
We, the voters, could say it's insufficient because we ain't feeling you.
Okay, so the FNM has to now take that into consideration.
They gotta listen.
Okay, they have to take that into consideration. I don't think, for me, it ain't about resources. You know, it's okay. So let's just say I make $350,000 a year.
Okay.
And I decide to be able to put a jacuzzi in my place and buy a $150,000 car and so forth and so on. For me to be able to maintain my space without the luxury items, you look at me and say, Howard is not being able to funnel the funds into a space where there is longevity, where there is growth, where there is this sort of maintenance for what's happening in his home. All he's doing is focusing on these one or two things.
Okay.
We could say that possibly, because I don't know the finances of the Free National Movement, but we could look at the organization and say, it's possible that they're not being able to be strategic with how they place their funds for a greater effect. They have to get a wider effect and compact. And there's a couple of things that this is a very complex conversation because they also need to know what the demographics is.
Howard, we don't have less than complex conversations.
No, what I'm saying is that the Free National Movement have to do more than just being able to say, we are going to be the next government. They have to be strategic. They have to identify their people. They have to pull their people in. They have to be able to ensure that they can get their voters back. Hubert Ingram was excellent at doing that in his time and dispensation.
But what I'm saying to you is, as you sit here today, and I am not flattering you once again. I listen to you, I study you, and your ability to segment and to break down and to put together and fabricate is amazing. That is what is needed in a political party. A strategist, right?
But
One word, strategist, right? I'm saying to you, I don't see a strategist at work. Even if it was a lack of resources, the strategist's job is to get the money, find ways to get the money, put the faces out there that can actually give the confidence to the people who have the resources to say, I want to hand these resources over to you. I personally will say this to you, Howard Grant. I'm not the richest man in the world. I'm a self-made man, thanks to my parents, what gifts they've given to me. I will say this to you, Howard Grant. The Free National Movement, they possibly at this time possess certain strong people in the party itself. Me personally, I would have brought those strong people to the forefront, and I would have garnered the support and the strength from the other people who surround them to impress the people who have the resources to continue now to push this party at a faster pace. Right now, I'm simply saying the pace is too slow. That's all I'm saying to you. These people are slower than my good friend Perry Gladstone Christie. They make Christie look like Usain Bolt. You know, they way in the back and Christie way in the front. They are slow. Election is going to be tomorrow, and these people have not yet come to the starting block yet.
Well, there's some issues that they got to deal with. Guys, the lines are wide open. 323-6232, 325-4259, anywhere from the family of violence, 242-300, 5720. Hit me up, 422-4796. Call on the line. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, Brother Grant.
Hey, what's up, brother?
God,
yes, sir.
I want y'all to keep your eye fixed on 2026.
Oh, Lord, that's the appeal.
Listen to me, sir. Let me show you what the problem is. I'm studying the FNM. Right now in my constituency of Bamboo Town, they have Maruno Farquharson and they have Randall Wells. In Nassau Village, they have the Cole, Martin, and Carlisle battle. In not Tall Pines, in the back there by Warren Miller. They have the gentleman who used to be Warren Miller, chairman for his branch, and Dwayne Sands in the back there. Hold
on. I can put you on hold. Think about what you said before you come on the People Radio. Okay?
He was going good for a while. He was going good for a while.
Hold on. Take a breath. Breathe. Now I can bring you back on. Let's go.
Let the Holy Spirit work.
Breathe before you come talking on the radio. Just hold your breath. You can't say what you're saying without any sort of... This morning, I listened to Wayne Monroe said that the people, the police officers, if they're diligent police officers, they should know how to be able to put a case before they go to court. They're indicating that they didn't get paid or they haven't gotten all their insurance, but they can't show no evidence. You got to bring the evidence. Now, when you come here on the radio, you got to do the same thing. Talk to me. Show me the evidence of where Dwayne Sands is trying to get it to Golden Isles. Show me the evidence where these are two candidates in these areas vying for a particular position. Is the FNM that fractured that there are two people vying for one spot? This is crazy. Go ahead, my brother. You still with me, you know?
I said both of them, Ramona Farquharson and Randall Wells have already been to my house, identifying themselves as the FNM candidate. Will the real FNM stand up? They reminding me now of the Wally boy.
No one could identify themselves as the FNM candidate.
Well, I tell you what they're saying.
No, they could never say that. Ramona Farquharson is a learned lawyer. No one can say that you're a candidate in the Free National Movement right now. No one.
So what about Heather Hunt and
they are looking. They are putting out feelers.
Having party in Cameroon every
oh, Jesus. I don't know nothing but nothing what you're saying.
I'm telling you.
Okay, go ahead.
My ass is on the ground. Now, I hear the
he was going good for a little while, though.
He had a doctor gentleman up in Fox Hill. I hear that the Carclet people allow him to talk on their podium. You know, they don't let nobody go up there.
How you find out all
Hold
this?
on. I have identified, and we've heard, and including the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party and member of Fox Hill, has indicated that the Free National Movement has identified a candidate in Fox Hill. That has not been refuted. Nobody refuted that.
He's saying some good stuff.
Okay? I can take Fox Hill, but I can't take Golden Heights.
But I said...
certificate for no person that works for the
fella on the ground. He could be right. How you come on the radio talk, he's saying about a good seat for somebody. You don't expect him to check it out?
Come on, man. I working, man.
All right. I appreciate you telephone call, my brother.
The only problem I got with him, he never bring my hottie potty, my cocoa.
He keep calling me and he didn't bring it yet.
He didn't bring it yet.
He know everybody business for everybody else.
And he wouldn't give me no vote in Bamboo Town.
And my God,
what type of man is that?
But he talking about everybody else in Bamboo Town, and he ain't talking about his candidate in Bamboo Town.
Boy,
who they tell me?
I heard about him this morning.
Who they tell me they're indifferent with how things are happening.
Yeah, boy. I got two people today who said they're on that run.
Okay. Let's take a next telephone call. Caller, go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Caller, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah. You there? Good day.
I'm right here, man. What's happening?
Everything good, man. Bradley Sands is the one for Fox Hill, eh?
Bradley Sands?
Not there for them. Who they got there, but they ratifying for Fox Hill. Bradley Sands. I see him road traffic controller.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. I heard it was a doctor.
Yeah? Okay. He a doctor.
You see that? It sounds like the FNM is fractured.
If they know they ain't fractured, they shattered.
It gotta be.
And
because you can't tell me 2 and 3 people in one constituency. That don't make sense to me.
Talking fool, they got 2 and 3 leaders coming up talking fool. Wait till they
leaders? You're doing a lot, my brother. I appreciate your telephone call. Next telephone call, go ahead. Call on the line with Zive, go ahead. Hello? 323-623-325-4316-325-4259. Anywhere for the Family of Islands, 242-300-5720. Hit me up, 422-4796. Call on the line, go ahead.
Good day, God.
Hey, my brother.
Hey, what's up, my brother? What's happening?
How y'all doing?
All is well?
What's happening over on Bahama and Bimini?
I don't know. I hear. Nobody called me and tell me nothing yet. I heard some names mentioned for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, but, like I said, no one can say that they are identified as a candidate.
Remember, I told you let 2,400 votes get away in the by-election, right?
You did tell me that.
But they promised 400. How much million it was invest in the whole constituency?
Yeah, 400 million.
You think they invest some 40 million yet?
They invested a lot of promises. They invested a lot of ideas that these are going to happen. They invested a lot of, you need to be patient. We're working on your behalf. That's a lot of the investments that they've given to the Bahamian people.
Yeah, we got a lot of that.
The investment of words.
Yes.
And you know, I keep crying for 2 things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 3 things. Them dialysis machines still in no clinics in none of them family islands, right?
Yes, yes, that's a good one.
Okay. And then, this, are you all a part of the 99.5% or the 0.5% in that BPL scam?
Who?
Are you
me?
A part? I'm asking.
I ain't got no affiliation with nothing like that. I just use.
You're part of the 99.
You pay your bill, though. You pay your bill.
You're part of the 99.5% that was not invited to participate, right?
I must have been.
Okay, and God?
I only pay my bill.
Okay, so...
A little $30 bill. That's only pay $30 a month.
No, that's what they want. We all to just pay our bills, and that's scam. Now, when they talk about the corruption, the new commissioner, Shanta Knowles, now, I called for them to get rid of one inspector with that plane load, that King Air.
Yeah, just be careful, but go ahead.
I'm careful. I'm careful.
He knew this. He done been in this song and dance for a long time.
Very careful.
Yeah.
Very careful. We know it all, right? From Crooked Island, right? But let's just say they talk about the corruption, and 1 month after they came to power, they had that King Air in their possession, And $2.5 million would they gone. It ain't been a year yet, right? When they gone in Parliament and rushed that through. And we need to know where that money is. We need to know where the king is. We need to know if they changed the registration from whatever registration was on it to a Bahamas.
Yeah, and I think all of these things will come up during the time as we get closer to the political season. And it's heightened. All of these questions that you pose will definitely come up to show a potential inept or an unqualified government who doesn't necessarily understand the importance of adhering to an administrative arm of what needs to be done. I believe that. But right now, we ain't going to deal that too heavy. So let's deal with these particular things, guys. Give me a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the family of islands, 242-5720. Hit me up, 422-4796. That's on the text line. Let's see if we can take the telephone call. Call on the line, go ahead. Call on the line, go ahead.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
I'm good, man. Man, but I call to find out, right? Why are you biased towards the F&M?
I'm not biased towards the F&M.
Okay, the reason
I'm biased towards incompetence. I'm biased towards a lack of vision. I'm biased towards people who believe that you could just sit back and just walk into something without being able to fight for it and work for it.
No, okay. The reason I asked you that is because you said that in some constituency the F&M have 2 and 3% campaigning, right?
No. That's based upon the telephone call I just got. I don't know nothing about. I said I haven't seen anybody come forward. This is how I deal. I only deal with formality. If Dwayne Sands send me a list and say, Howard, these are the candidates for these particular constituencies, Dwayne Sands and I, we talk all the time. He has my number. I have his number. I answer when he texts. He answers me when I text. And so if he has candidates that have been identified for these particular areas, he'll say, this is what it is. He hasn't. So I'm saying to you, based upon the telephone call, they're talking about 2 different people in each constituency. I said it perceived to be a fractured organization.
No, but that's not the case because, again, right, if because even on the PLP, the chairman said the other day that they had 100 and something potential candidates.
Aspirants.
And now they have to weed out to see who is going to be the candidate. So that's the F&M doing the same thing, the COI doing the same thing. They have 2 and 3 candidates in different constituency, and the one that is most formidable will be the person that is selected. So in nothing wrong with that's not division and all that stuff.
There should not be 2 candidates at this hour in any constituency.
We had over 100 and something potential candidates. We only have 39 seats.
Okay, so
so
let's just do basic math, okay? And then I just want you just to do basic math. How many members of parliament are PLPs right now?
32.
Basic math. 32. Okay, so with 100 aspirants to go in 7 potential constituencies, do you think that don't even make sense of what you're saying to me?
No, it don't make sense, but I'm saying, though, you don't know which person will get selected. So you cannot say one person go out there because you don't know which one is going to be selected.
Okay, so at this juncture, and I could go back in the archives and identify this. I appreciate your telephone call. At this juncture, I could go back in the archives and identify this. The PLP had already identified, they've already gone through their aspirant course in 2017. Okay, by 2016, they already didn't say we cutting VAT, we doing this, we doing that. When we get in, boom, they already was ready to jam. They wasn't pretending.
That is correct.
The snap election called, and they were prepared the next day.
Jesus, they had every jitney bringing.
Listen to me. The PLP was prepared the next day.
I mean, they got jitney, bringing people in by jitney.
There were only 2 people in the F&M who had post up when the election called quick. And who was that? That was Shannon Cartwright and Minnis. And Minnis' post was all. There was them all posts where he tell the fellas go put them up quick. Shannon Cartwright was the only person who had already had everything prepared and being able to move forward. Every PLP candidate.
They had the lumberyard empty.
Excuse me. Every single PLP candidate. They had things all over the road. They had flags all over the place. They wasn't preparing. You go on to bed one night, the next morning you wake up, the city was yellow.
They had rental car with all.
I guess you're trying to be. Y'all stop playing with me. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't think I live here. I live right here.
Yeah, all them rental car had the little signage and stuff on the side of it. They had them covered from front to back.
Months before that, they had already gone through the course of being able to modify their constituents, their constitution.
They was ready.
They've modified their constitution in the organization, and prior to that, the only thing that they did for 4 years was dig in on the FNM.
That's it. I mean, man, I almost started telling you how good they did you.
The only thing that they did for 4 years was digging on the FNM. And simultaneously, Fred Mitchell, in this particular capacity, was meek. He didn't say nothing. He said, well, you lose some things, and the next time we can win, that's it. He ain't cry, he ain't sweat, like some people in the FNM who, oh my God, big and dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred Mitchell ain't break a sweat. They gone in, they fortified their organization, they bring in youth, they did everything, they polished it.
All the media.
And they pulled everybody in. That's all
in.
they're trying to tell you, man.
Everybody.
That's all they're trying to tell you. This is what I'm saying to you.
But you know what? You know what brought people in quickly too? I'm telling you, they smell a little bit of money, they come in. And I'm trying to say to you, people know when you're broke. You ain't listen to me today, Howard Grant. People know a broke fellow.
So
you always want me to say some things on this radio, you know. I have to choose my words with you know.
The FNM is not broke.
You ain't hear what I saying to you. You can have money if you ain't spending enough. You cheap and you tight. We ain't fooling with you. We need to see the money. Show us the money.
I believe that for the issues that exist in this country, that people are only propelled by money. People need to agitate for real change in this country.
No, we believe that.
No, but God, it cannot be only you and I. We're not. There's always a remnant.
Howard.
God, come on. There's always a remnant.
Yes.
That's principle.
Yes, we fighting.
That means that some people out there would advocate and fight.
But we need them to join us and fight too then.
But they just ain't saying nothing.
They got to say something.
I ain't gonna fight them. Let's go to a telephone. Let's go to a commercial break, guys. When we get back, we can dive deeper into this. Quick break. Gonna be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Get to stacking up the flavor at Burger King Nassau with its new Stacker King lineup. It doesn't get any bigger, better, or meatier than the Stacker Kings, which feature bacon, cheese, and a delicious stacker sauce, all piled on as many flame-grilled Whopper patties as you can handle. For the chicken lovers, try the all-new Crispy Chicken Stacker, or pile your mornings high with a croissant stacker loaded with meat, cheese, and stacker sauce on a warm, flaky croissant. Don't miss out on the bold flavors of the Stacker King collection, available at Burger King Nassau.
Great news! Ron's Electric Motors' new location on Cowpen Road, right next to Island Luck, is open Saturdays and Sundays. So for those needing repairs on electric motors, generators, welding machines, water pumps, battery chargers, electric lifts, transformers, and power tools, Ron's Cowpen Road location can have you up and running on weekends. Don't forget, you can still visit Ron's Electric Motors on Wolf Road and Claridge Road, and now Ron's new location on Cowpen Road. Dial 356-0249 or 323-5267.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation.
And we are back. I got to be able to shout out a happy birthday to Deanne. Happy birthday, Deanne. They're celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And I hope that you're doing good. She said, Howard, also wish your mother a happy birthday. My mother's birthday is going to be tomorrow. God spare our lives tomorrow. So happy birthday to her. Guys, I got to remind you again, like I said, Kalik Bear is the Bear of the Bahamas and invites you to a Victory Fest in 2025. Join them Saturday, March 1st at Smuggler Square for the epic celebration of 2024 Boxing Day and 2025 New Year's Day. Junkanoo winners, the Saxon Superstars. The Junkanoo season may be over, but the celebration is just getting started. Enjoy music by Playhouse DJs, Lil Giant and DJ Tiger. And performing live is Fan Sean and D-Mac. And I celebrate 4 straight Junkanoo wins with Saxon Superstars. Let's be able to get that, guys. The lines are wide open. If you want to be able to join in this conversation, 323-6232, 325-431, 325-4259, anywhere from the family violence, 242-300-5720, or hit me up, 422-4796. Sitting here with Garth Roseborough. Let me take the telephone call. Call on the line. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, God, and yeah, y'all just have a very good, exciting talk show when the two of y'all together, right?
Thank you, man.
Rise people pressure, right? In a good way, not a bad way, gentlemen. So we all don't cut, right? But I'm saying to you, as it relates to the PLP and the FLM, right? See, traditionally, the PLP and the FLM expect to do nothing for the Bayman people, right? And then come with rhetoric every time to try to pass the baton back to where we just came from, right? Let me just be clear on this, right? The PLP or the FLM will not see that reality this time, right? Because enough is just enough in this country, right? Whether people accept it or not, I'm speaking as a former Free National Movement and supporter and member, right? I've never voted for a political party other than them, right? But last election, we had the leader of the D campaigning in this area in green, right? This time around, the leader of the DNA is now campaigning in red. And the same, and while she is in my yard, she was telling me these same things, that the PLP and the FNM is not good for the Bahamas, right? Right? Let's do something different. This is what the lady was saying. But now she's knocking on my door, right, trying to convince me that, because she is there, right, in the same party that wasn't not good for us just a couple of years ago, is now the best choice for the Bayman people. Do these people really believe that they are the only ones with a brain? No, man. The Bahamas has to move away from being a nation of puppets where they just continue to pull strings here and pull strings here. We have enough payments in this country, my brothers, what has the ability to think what is right for themselves and the Bayman people.
So give me the long and short of what you're saying, because I hear your dissertation.
What I start off with saying.
Who you voting for?
Yeah.
Who you supporting? The COI? Because if you ain't supporting the FNM, who you supporting?
Well, but only is the first, like only y'all don't want to mention the COI.
I ain't fighting you for mentioning the COI. You can mention whoever you want.
As if they don't exist. As if the COI been on the grounds on constituencies now for over 2 years. The PLP have 32 candidates. Are they not putting these same people back inside their slots? Why do they need to have all of this new ratification if these people or they did so well?
Hold a minute though. Let me just defend something here, Howard Grant. When we first started this series, we started off at the bottom, which was Menace. We said we could start with Menace.
Right.
The next persons we mentioned was third parties and COI. Not one of you people called in, and I fault you all. You see, y'all want people to hold on. I was here. And we opened up the show to introduce third parties. Nobody called in, so we moved on quickly from that idea. Right. That's what happened. So don't blame us for your slow response. Once again, this show. Use my friend. Use my friend and all, right? But I'm saying you again. I slow response. We ain't into that no more.
But see, me not calling you the time when you suggested. Let me tell you why. I can tell you why.
Yeah.
Because in future calling you sir, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the past, right, you send off the impression that one time I mentioned Lincoln Bean, and all I hear was click.
No. God Rose Brown never click on nobody, sir.
No. I have people who's listening to the show who's listening.
Yeah,
right
but we
now,
never
and
click
they
on
was
nobody.
upset.
Listen to me once again, brother. Listen to me once again, though. With all fairness, with all due respect, love your call, and you know I love you as a brother.
I love you too, bro.
So what I'm saying to you again, right? Everyone has a right to democracy in this country. The one thing I just do not want to happen on this show, because Howard is my friend, is the thing that Howard has a biased bone in his body against or for anybody. Howard is for the foundation. Howard is for truth. Howard is for rebuilding this country. If the COI wants to be a part of that conversation, the COI people need to join in, be included in conversations, and say their piece. We cannot stop you from calling in.
I'd like to say something before I go.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right? Why did any talk show host, right, on record, right, on record for inviting any member of the COI? Are they?
The only reason why I wouldn't bring you on even my show is if you're rude and out of order. And if I know you personally to be rude and out of order, I'm not going to bring you on my show. Now, if I have a...
But you can't...
No, me personally.
So what you just said is that everybody who's fighting or running for the COI is rude?
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But guess what? Let me ask you a question then. And I got to give Howard back his show. Who are the candidates in the COI? Could we find out who they are?
Yeah, they have a listing of it.
Okay, just make sure we get that list and we'll talk to you about it.
And Graham always... I don't know if Graham's still in.
We don't know.
Right? Let me tell you the person. No, I know, but let me tell you.
Somebody another time. Howard got to get back to the show.
Michael Road constituency, right?
Okay.
That's where I live, right? And the candidate for the COI is Miss Charlotte Green, the chairman of the COI, right? That's the person who been on the ground and for the last 2 years.
Okay, but I got to give Howard back the show.
I appreciate your telephone call, my brother.
All right,
Thank you so very kindly. We let you speak your piece about those particular things, and there is no rejection of the idea. The only indifference that I had, and I had a good conversation with Lincoln. I don't know why you like to negate these things. A conversation with Lincoln when we started to be able to talk about the leadership aspect, and even before that, we pulled him on and we had a very good conversation with him and being able to talk about that. So, there's no rejection entirely. There's no rejection, even subtly, of the COI. But there are questions that haven't been satisfied. The question of not letting Stephen run in West Grand Bahama and Bimini.
Yeah, Stephen Hall.
Right.
Yes.
I asked that question.
That's my boy.
Why you didn't let Stephen run?
Yeah.
I know him. He went to 8 Mile Rock High School.
He ran in my party.
He was in the organization with he was in the organization he was in the same grade as my brother, right? I know him. He from Pinedale. I know these people. I know them. They took silent of heritage. I know them. Agitation and advocacy of being able to do what he has to do. He knows the community back and forward. Why did Lincoln Bain have to step in?
And we could have that conversation another time, because they just don't get it.
That's the only question I had.
We can have that discussion, and I'm all for it. We opened, Howard, you gave the opportunity to open the show so we could have talked about that, and it did not happen. So if we have to go back there, I don't have a problem with it. But once again, this show is not anti-anybody.
Let's take the next telephone call. Caller, go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Next call. Caller, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
What's up, Sparky?
Baby, Howard, when I listened to your last caller, I just, they pressing for the COI, and I agree with your guest. Y'all can't force people to call in on behalf of the COI. Let them call in. Let them voice their opinion, because, Howard, if you remember, in the last general election, I never got involved in politics in all my years on this earth. I was one of those that went to vote and went back to the office to continue my day's work. I never got involved in the campaigning, although I grew up in the valley all my life. I was here before Perry Christie went into the house for the first time in 1977. He was a few years older than I. He was one of the big boys in the Valley Boys Jungle group. I was the younger Turks after him, me and Funky and them. But I never got involved like Funky and them did with Dr. Off and all of those. During the election time, they got involved. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I was that type of voter. But the last general election with Mr. Millist, and what was going on after Dorian, the hurricane passed, that mashed us up pretty bad. Following that, the pandemic came. And we was, hell and high water didn't know whether it was a conspiracy, whether it was the truth, what this was, they pump it in our arms. I guess the general population of the Bahamas we were scared mentally, we were scared physically, and we were scared politically. I won't talk about financially. What's going to happen to this little country called the Bahamas, 80 miles right off the coast of Florida, and the big US of A, who's struggling with COVID themselves? And then Ninnis came into the mix, and that, to me, that destroyed my personality with politics in the Bahamas, and I got involved. I was all over the place, but in a different thing. We started using a lot of up-to-date technology like WhatsApp and Facebook, and the Bahamian people got involved to the point it looked like the F&M was going to be no more. Ninnis had destroyed whatever we were trying to rebuild, and that was it for the F&M. And the PLP, remember, we had very little chance of even having campaigns in the parks because of COVID. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, radio. Go ahead.
It was very difficult to even have campaigns in the park the way we normally did with all the crowds and wearing masks, shaking hands, partying, drinking, and spitting all over one another and things. We were a scared nation, health-wise. Like I said, I got involved. You remember 2 weeks after then he called the snap election, the people in Garden Hills was having our place motorcade from the sports center to Fox Hill and back down to the sports center. 2 weeks after the announcement about the snap election, PLP we were motorcading. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's how ready the PLP was. We were ready. F&M didn't even have no posters yet. And we was done coming down Prince Charles on our first Saturday, going back to the sports center. So they can't complain about the PLP this and the COI that. If the COI got the power, let them talk.
Okay.
Be ready now.
That's it, he gone? Okay, all right. Thank you, my brother. I do appreciate your telephone call. Being able to do that. You got to be able to take this quick telephone. We got to take this break. We got to be able to take this break. When we get back, we have a caller on the line. We're going to be able to dive right into that quick break. It'll be right back after this.
Foundation.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Bahamas. Join Sherwin Gardner for the Find Me Here album launch on February 28th, 7 p.m. at Bahamas Harvest Church, JFK Plaza. Featuring from the USA, Kalante Gavin and Kateri B. and Positive from TNT. This will be one epic night full of blessings. Get tickets at a live events app or Bahamas Harvest Church and SherwinGardner.com. A blessing's gonna find you here. Powered by Alive.
Now let me see now. 326 EPI. Hello. This Epic Eckerd battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. Foundation. Foundation.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation. Let's go right to the lines. Call on the line, go ahead.
Howard, good afternoon to you and your guest.
Hey, Graham, it's very good to hear from you, my brother. What's happening?
Well, I've been right here just wondering.
Did you listen in?
Yeah, I heard a lot of it, and I was wondering why, after 50 years, everybody's being treated better than the indigenous, organic, or whatever other name you have for Bahamian. And I'd like to hear the answer to that from either party. I'd also like to know why either party and both parties have put VAT on healthy, organic food. One party said, we'll make you white bread and corned beef, no VAT. Well, you know that makes us sick. You've had two doctors in that party. But why did you choose to put VAT on poor people's healthy, organic food? Only 4 F&M stood up and said, don't raise it to 12%. And I'm not going back to Egypt to risk 12% on my food. While the cruise ship pays no VAT, I'm told.
So who was the 4? Reese Chipman, Travis Robinson. Who was the other 2?
Vaughn Miller. Decent Honorable Vaughn Miller.
Vaughn Miller.
And Decent Honorable from Grand Bahama, Freddie McAlpine.
Fred McAlpine.
You got them. They're going to go down in history.
All who ostracized from the organization.
Politically,
and then Travis came back.
Politically beheaded. Isn't that sad? We're trying to fight for poor people's healthy, organic.
Well, I guess that's the indication of when the whip is on.
Well, let's move on. Got a couple quick questions. Watching the clock. West End, East End, Grand Bahama. I'm going to hit you now close to heart. Close to home. Freeport. Every time we campaign, we've got the answers for Freeport. Blah, blah, blah. When they get in, hands tied, can't do a thing. But what about East and West Grand Bahama? Why do they look worse today, where the port has no control, only the government, than Columbus left them?
My God.
50 years. If I wanted, you understand the metropolis that West End could have been. Because in the 60s, you all were way ahead of South Beach, Florida, with hotels, marinas. You could have looked like Dubai over there in a carbon-neutral, crypto-smart city. Now, you write it down and Google that tonight.
You could have looked like it.
And I told the Honorable Obie Wilscombe when I was on radio with him, let's go fix West End. Because the port can't touch us over there. We got our own airport. We could set up a world-class city with a marina that would put Morocco to shame. So if any island in this country was meant to have more millionaires, more successful people, more ownership in tourism instead of just slaves in the industry, it would have been done after 50 years. I like what your friend said. What did he say about replacing government with
the word
master? So our masters have kept us where we are after 51 years. If they wanted us to be owners of the economy, we would have already been owners. I'm going to leave you on this.
No, don't leave me yet. Hold on, Graham. Before you go anywhere, we've been having conversation about third organizations. You've joined the you've joined the DNA. You're an advocate in those particular areas. You've relentlessly advocated in these areas. And now we've seen you affiliated with the COI. Now, recently, I think they put out some information, but I hadn't seen you on there. Are you still attached to the COI?
Yes, I'm an independent candidate for Montague or St. Anne's, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to cut the boundary or call it, where I'm born, where I live, where I raise, where I have a business, and I'm not leaving to go live in Life Key after I get in. See, when the light is off, the road is dig up, the water not working, I'm going to know because I'm in the area. I've always advocated that you stay in the area. Now, I'm not a spokesperson for that party. I've never been a DNA, but I did help the DNA, never a card-carrying member, but a card-carrying member of the PLP in 2011, and we talked to minutes in 2015, and I chose to become a member of the party so I could know what they were all about. I ran in 2012 independent, and now I'm going to, God willing, run independent again. And what does it mean? I believe that the yellow, the red, the green, the orange, the Chinese, the white, the black, all Bahamians should benefit from the wealth of this country. Now, which one of them, yellow or red, or any other party, could say what I just said to you and tell you how it should happen? You see, I have a document here that says the Bahamas trades $3 trillion in goods and services. And the minister at the time was, I believe, Mr. Simonet. It's out of the Guardian newspaper. I can bring it to you. And if at the time VAT was 12%, that would be almost $1 billion a day in VAT we're not collecting. Now, let me ask you, is it better to put VAT on healthy organic food for 300,000 Bahamians? Or is it better to put 9 million people with 5% VAT? Why are we not booking those cruise ship tickets in the Bahamas?
We can look at that. I like this. And I feel like this is kind of a conversation similar to the conversation that we're having. I got to let you go, Grandma. Thank you so much for your telephone call. I feel like this is a similar conversation that we're having. May not necessarily be the same elements, but the general concept and idea of being able to leverage your taxes to be able to bring something in to the tariff conversation that's happening in the United States of America.
Yeah, I like it.
So we got to be able to do that. Let's see if we can take the next telephone call. Last call. Caller on the line. Go ahead.
Hello, God. I'm Howard. I'm calling back.
Hey.
Howard, you was invited to come into Seabreeze yesterday, right?
Yes, the gentleman, the 75-year-old gentleman called me. Tell me come to Seabreeze.
Yeah.
You have given that a second thought?
I always dispatch to Seabreeze every day to go home.
Hey, the wise man onto something though. I told Howard that.
For the position.
No, God told me this also.
Uh-huh.
God started to talk to me about that, but I haven't given any consideration for that. I got children to feed.
Oh, so
I can't have nobody telling me, yeah, man, Howard, you're straight. Then I get 6 votes.
Aspiration.
Huh?
Running in politics.
My aspirations at this point, as I get older and my hair gets gray, is to take care of my children. I appreciate your telephone call, my brother. You keep playing with this stuff in the background. Let's be able to do that. Guys, I want to thank you so much for your telephone calls, Garth. Let's be able to wrap this up in these last few minutes and let's have a good conversation about this. The long and short of our conversation today is being able to identify the fact that there is a government that's waiting, sitting in wait. There's a government in wait. And you know what? There was a sermon that I heard one time that spoke to wait on the Lord. Bishop Ellis actually spoke this sermon, right? And he started to talk about this concept and idea of what wait meant. And the wait was not just being able to sit in preparation or sit in this kind of a posture and anticipate somebody giving you. Wait meant service.
It's an active word in terms of faith.
You have, and you're waiting in your posture.
You have to be active.
Just like a waiter,
Yeah.
there must be service and servitude in these particular areas. And if this is the government in waiting, this is a government that should be serving simultaneously. And once we look at this particular constituencies and we recognize that if persons could call in and say there are more than one person, and this is only this, I don't know because I don't know these constituencies. If persons could call and say there's more than one person in these constituencies and these things are happening, so forth and so on, then we have to have a very clear understanding that their waiting is juxtaposed to what we understand that the service, the servitude is extracted from that.
Yeah.
They're merely sitting down with the expectation that the PLP is going to fall down and we can walk it.
Yeah, we're not happy politically.
That's not gonna happen.
We're not politically happy right now as a people. We got any texts today, Howard? Any quick texts came through?
Yeah, I got a couple
Can you
texts.
shoot some of them down quickly?
I got a couple texts real quick. Let's see if we can be reviewed. This says, all of us live here with the ping pong elections. It's time for the PLP to be pong and the FNM to be ping. It says, this sound like the laughing party with Brown and Harris the day before the Free National Convention and that minutes lost 1-3. Right? These are texts coming through. Let's see if we can read a couple of those. It says, wait, Howard. Graham says that he's a COI or an independent. I'm confused.
Me, I confused too.
It's a coalition of independents. That's what they call it. That's what COI is, a coalition of independents. All right? So it says, Howard, you and Garth campaigning for the PLP? Okay, we'll see.
There's always going to be someone in the mix. Okay, I get what we're saying. Anyhow.
Well, I'm going to fight y'all guys tomorrow. It's Small Business Thursday. We got these things jamming and being able to do those things. We got a Ram Stack show. Hopefully, we'll be able to have all our persons be able to come in. But you can give me a call, 827-0111, 827-0111 to be able to assist you as you prepare yourself for volunteer.